Hello and Happy New Year, everybody! My name is Jan Gustafsson, and I'm glad to be back with yet another episode of Banter Blitz in the year 2018. It is, right? Yeah, 2018. To look on my screen there to make sure. But that's what I thought it was. I hope you all had a couple of relaxing days with your, I don't know, what do people call those? Relatives, loved ones, friends and family, all that, and are now full of energy to enter this new year. Of course, none of that applies to me. I've just been eating like non-stop for a week, which is why I'm wearing this sweater. I feel like I'm not really fitting to any of my jackets anymore. So probably the rest of the year, to mask my extravagant new weight, I'm gonna be wearing this sweater, which I also feel is a competitive advantage, since I can hide my face while I'm thinking very hard about how to crush you all. Might interfere with the sound, but you can't do everything. So there's that, get used to it. You fives of people still watching this show, cause it's the same old. If you're a Chess24 Premium member, challenge me to a game of 5-minute chess, and I shall do my best to crush you and explain my deep grandmasterly thoughts. You can see I'm motivated and fresh, slightly more insane in the new year. So let's get this party started. Who shall we play though? Nothing's changed. Still the same old questions. What about MiG? MiG 1, 2, 3, 4. MiG check 1, 2. Do we like this board color? I don't think I like it much. I've been, what do you call this? OOO? Out of office for a while. So I have to get used to all the settings. Not really, I just have to reset all the settings. Here we go. This is the same old. And let's play 1c4 against MiG 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. MiG, are you there? Looks like he's not. That gives us time to read the chat. Gobby says, "Hi Jan, I almost never catch the show live. Happy to see you live and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Gobby, and I'm glad you could make it." I haven't really thought about New Year's resolutions much, but maybe I should go for more consistent times. That's the New Year's resolution, like go for more consistent times with the show. Nah, that can't be it. Get a 1c4 repertoire. Nah, too much work. Lose all this weight. Also a lot of work. What else could I do? I think I should get new hobbies. I'm getting tired of myself, like watching basketball and playing Plants vs. Zombies. I'm an old man. I should have like more balanced interests. Okay, I watch a lot of Netflix too. But that's not technically a new hobby either. So let me know what exciting hobby I could pick up. I can't even think of a potential topic I could get into. That's the state of things over here. This is a theoretical line, right? I believe I should develop the knight. It's always important not to go knight c3 too early in all these positions, because the knight might be misplaced on c3, 4... blah, 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 various reasons. Now I'm out of book. I'll take you. MiG 1, 2, 3, 4 is from Portugal, which leads me to believe his full name might be Miguel. Is that a common Portuguese name? I was in Portugal in October, a lovely time, but I did not run into a lot of Miguels. Gobby is saying, I asked C24 to suspend my chess playing privileges. Too much procrastination, otherwise I would challenge you. Do they do that? I should ask the same thing. That's another thing. I have to stop playing Bullet. It's such a time killer. The Drunken Lawyer says start playing darts. Now the thing is with darts, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel it's a big competitive advantage to be an alcoholic playing darts, right? And I don't drink much, so I feel like I'm at a built-in disadvantage with the darts. And therefore, I don't like starting things where I feel I have no shot at being good. Knight c3 was not a blunder, by the way. I've planned this all in advance because I was hoping that the two bishops, maybe two bishops, blah, blah, blah. Boring speech about bishops being long-distance pieces. f5. So, no, it's not darts. What else could we do? I read wine tasting. Nah. That's like, I'm old, but not that old, right? I feel like golf and maybe arts and wine tasting, I should still wait for 20 years with. Where do I put my pieces, though? No clue. Maybe this rook here. Ice-T says, can you make a topic with a series with a topic pawn structures? First of all, that doesn't really sound like a new hobby. Secondly, I don't think I'm qualified. So probably not. Speaking of series, I did a bunch of new series, didn't I? I did this Alpha Zero series. You can check that out on 6 of the nicer games that Alpha Zero played against Stockfish. Also trying to build in a little Queen's Indian repertoire for white there for us. Because Alpha Zero played all these sharpest lines against the Queen's Indian. And I thought it was a good repertoire building opportunity. And I did this Italian series for black. Oh, I should mention the Alpha Zero series. By the way, I should probably also take pawns when they're being handed to me. Because that hasn't changed. I still believe in pawns. Alpha Zero did not cure me. But I should mention that it includes a video where we discuss the pros and cons of Alpha Zero, artificial intelligence, how impressive the games were, blah, 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 with none other than the great Peter Svidler, who was here for a couple days. Also recorded a series on the best games of 2017, which has some technical issues. We're trying to fix that currently, and hopefully will come out shortly. Always very exciting to get Peter to do things, especially highlight videos. This is not me being facetious. I think that's one of the few things we can all really learn a lot from. Here we can learn a lot about pawn grabbery. I took a pawn, and I should be borderline winning now. Of course, precision is always needed. Black does have active pieces and all that, but it feels good. Doesn't it feel good to be a pawn up? Since I left, ain't too much changed. b3 feels like another teachable moment. We should always play b3, not a3 in such positions, because this pawn restricts not only the bishop, but also the knight, my dear boy. Therefore, it's doing a pretty, I shouldn't do pretty. Where should I put my bishop? That's the question I should be concerned with. Here. As usual, after deep thought, I randomly chose one of the mentioned options. Galactic says, I could forget German and do commentary in English. And I'd love to do a lot of commentary in English on the big tournaments. Sometimes, yeah, you gotta face the realities if there's already an English official show that we can embed, but we don't have anything in German. Then I'll do the Germans, but I have not become any less of an attention junkie, because I'm still not going to use the word whore on this program in 2018. So I want all the attentions, and I feel like I didn't get to do as much commentating as I would have liked to in 2017, especially if you have a great co-host. Or if you have a great host, and I can be me co-host. It's so much fun to do commentary. So I love to do more, and of course 2018 is a big chess year with the candidates, the Olympiad, all the super tournaments. World Championship, and so on and so forth. So I'm very excited. Like, to the degree I can get very excited. Yeah, very, very, very excited. Tremendously excited about that. I'm also very excited about finally taking some more of MiG-1234's material, because you can never have enough material. Especially as a commentator. You need all the material in the world. Are you trying to flag me, MiG-1234? What are we doing here? Je ne comprends pas. Maybe I should start doing commentary in French. Ooh, quelle surprise. My dear friend Laurent Fressinet watches everything I do. That's a joke. But sometimes he watches something and he normally gets very upset when he hears me speak French. He says he can't continue to watch with me violating the French language like that. And I can't blame him. Speaking of violating, why is this game still going? Am I gonna checkmate? Or stalemate MiG-1234? Both of those are valid options at this point. But I believe I shall go with the checkmates. And MiG resigns. He saw that there was impending coronation on A8. He had seen enough. Thank you for the game. MiG-1234. Peter's asking, did you saw new Chappelle shows? I did see. I kind of got home late yesterday and I fired up the first one. Was it the first one? I don't know, the one in Washington, D.C. I love Chappelle. His timing is so good. Like the way he handles silence and the way he's comfortable, with just not saying anything but waiting, soaking in the reaction, walking around. He's fantastic. I was really in a dazed and confused state as usual, so I can't say I recall any of the material or the jokes, but just the general atmosphere is so good. And he made this point that, I think he made the point, that in today's, or the way he experiences it, very PC social media climate, it's tough for him to do his comedy because there's always gonna be some very vocal group that gets upset about something that he says. And me being a massive A-list celebrity as well, I can relate. You have to choose your words very carefully. Which, I don't know. I think I sort of choose my, well, obviously I'm talking a lot of nonsense, but I'm a chicken by nature, so I tend to shy away from any sensitive topics instinctively. But that's harder if you're a comedian, because that's what stand-up comedy is so good at, like taking you to uncomfortable places and showing you the humor in it and giving you a different perspective. So it's a sad phenomenon, but I got his point. Then again, I wasn't really awake while I was watching, so I'm gonna have to rewatch. It's two new videos, right? There's another one at the, what's the place called? The LA Comedy Store? Comedy Cellar? Comedy Store? I think it's Comedy Store. I was there when did I go to LA? 2016? Anyway, back to the chess. I'm not doing great here against drawer. It's a typical Marocci-esque structure. One of the big questions always, who's afraid of Virginia Woolf and the light square bishops being exchanged? Who benefits from that? I never really know the answer. So there's that more grandmasterly wisdom. I have a feeling it should not concern me all that much here, but I still don't know anything better to do than playing rook e1, bishop h1. What I was more concerned about, I just had a feeling he wouldn't do it, was him going d5, just freeing his position at center when it looked to me like black was fine. But sometimes you have to go with your gut and trust your opponent not to do something, because sometimes you can't take away all their ideas. So, of course, you should do what you think is objectively best. But once in a while you also have a hunch that he won't do this or that. What are we talking about? Grondilo says, Jan just missed a mate in 2. Yeah, then again, when I'm a rook and a bishop up, I'm normally not gonna look for the quickest way to mate. But yeah, I had rook e8, bishop d3 checkmate, or probably many ways to mate. Isn't that what we're all dreaming of? Many ways to mate? I don't know. I'm old. David4997 says, did you see the new Star Wars episode? If yet, how was it? The answer is kind of. This seems to be a recurring theme. I did fall asleep during the new Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. Probably plural, or was it just Mark Hamill? I did like it though. Like, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I was thoroughly entertained by what I did see. I'm just old, so I think I was busy that day and couldn't really make it through that movie. Fell asleep around the 1.5 hour mark and then woke up in the end with spoiler alert. I'm not going to tell you what happened, so forget the spoiler alert. But I thought it was good, much better than The Force Awakens or all these other ones. Not all these other ones, like the part 1 to 3 or whatever the modern arrow ones are called. What's this position? Is this bishop stupid? It's time to get something down here. Structure is symmetrical, but I'm hoping this bishop will turn out to be slightly misplaced or not connected to the rest of his forces. And if I manage to exchange the dark squared bishops and put my knight on e5, good things could start happening to me. If not now, then when? It's 2018. It's been doing this forever. Good things have to start happening one day. Ice-T is asking, did you look Star Wars together with Peter? We did we? Yeah, it was when Peter was here. He did make it all the way through though. But I think he had a similar reaction to it, that he liked the first hour or 1.5, and then it sort of, started being less fun, which in my case was because I was asleep. Can I go here? Self-pinning is normally not a great idea. Then again. Galactic is asking, spoiler alert, did you miss the silent amazing shot? I guess so. At least I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm guessing that is what happened in the second half of the Star Wars movie. Gobbity says, Peter thought I didn't really like it, lol. He said so in one of his banters. Yeah, I'm not a big Star Wars guy generally, so I'm not sure if he was talking about the last one. But I liked it better than the others I have seen recently. I hated Rogue One, which was acclaimed. I thought it was complete. Completely uncatching my attention. That is the correct pronunciation. But yeah, as IM0 points out, it did peter out for me. I'm reading Show Crash. This is always fun to read because it sets me into a lazy sort of panic, which are the best kind of panics. You know something's bad, but you don't really want to do anything about it, so you just let it linger until one day it has all accumulated. I'm also not better here, which is slightly annoying because of my self-pin. But I'm going to win on time. Okay, that is a relief. Some things never change. This is my calculating phase. Alright, was trying to calculate knight takes b4, queen takes b4, queen takes e5, queen h4, bishop f5, e4, rook takes d1, rook takes d1, g5. Then I decided it's probably not good for me. But then I decided I'm gonna win on time anyway, so who cares? And now, upon further study, I'm gonna try to improve with rook takes d8 and then queen h4, which he could have stopped by exchanging on d1 first. But this might be a double attack. Attack? Attack. Queen c3 could be awkward because I don't know how to keep that rook out of the queen's greedy grasp. But we'll deal with that problem once we get there. Quite awkward, actually. Yeah. Very awkward. Queen c2, and I'm in trouble. Here I was, feeling so smart. Now I'm gonna have to win on time, being material down. If I even win on time, I might get checkmated before. Uh-oh. This is not great. Shout out to Draw, though, who hopefully will lose on time, but shout out for spotting that resource just when I thought I had him. But yeah, time is running out. And here, yeah, as I was talking about, I was calculating this, which probably was a better choice. Takes. Bishop f5, e4, and whatever. G5. And yeah, didn't really work out for me. So I thought I was very smart that I spotted this instead. But after queen c3, there's just no place to be for the rook. Very sad. Anyway, thanks Draw for the game. Very good game. You see how gracious I am after an undeserved victory? Very gracious. Let us play against 33 GMs. That is his name. Maybe that's his kill list? Did you defeat 33 Grandmasters? Mr. Feedemaster, what's your name? Maybe he doesn't share his contact information with us. Maybe it's just 33 GMs. D4, knight f6, knight f3, d5. Bishop f4, c5. Can I plug one of my many video series here? Where is this? Oh, no, not this one. This one's excellent though. I'm hoping, it's not set in stone yet, but I'm hoping that we can get to do a new series with Artur Yusupov soon. I'm a big fan of Artur Yusupov, both as a person and as a chess instructor. So if you haven't seen his series here, I recommend them. And this is some theoretical line. Deep insights. How did it go? Do they go rook b1, queen c3, bishop b5? What I can recall is that you should not be in a hurry to take the pawn on c5. You should go e6, bishop e7, castles, and sort of wait for an invitation. It's a principle, I believe. First of all, it's the most the computer gives, obviously, but I believe it's also a principle I read about in some old Dvoretsky-Yusupov book, that sometimes you're greedy and your queen is sort of stuck in the enemy camp. It makes sense to keep it there instead of moving it back quickly. Because it can also be a bit of a nuisance for your opponent. And you'd lose a lot of time trying to make your way home. Knight d4, I believe knight e5 was my main line, maybe. Bishop d7 looks logical enough, does it not? I should be a little careful not to blunder my queen. That's generally sound advice too. e5, bishop c6, no good. But it's not in trouble of being taken yet, is it? I'm gonna be very upset if it does get taken. Bishop d3. Now I can go e5, can I not? I'd like to. And knight b5 is your plan. Someone should have told me that knight b5 was the plan. No one ever tells me anything. So, Mrs. Queen, Are you okay over there, or are you gonna get captured eventually? It's a little edgy on a4. But, oh, very deep. He wants to go knight c3 to capture the queen. Which I should now think about, I guess. Ugh, all this thinking about stuff. D4 stops it, but D4 is a little dumb move to make. Ugh, feels very wrong, this D4 move. I'm not happy about it. Maybe I should have sacrificed the queen, EF, knight c3, do something. But this feels wrong. Which means I must muster all my focus to stay in the game. Knight takes. Maybe this is time for my new poker face sweater. Maybe not. Nah. That's a button, doesn't it? Yep. Bang. So he's gonna take here, hoping I take and blind my queen. But I shall do no such thing. Instead, I will take here, and it'll be alright. Simple as that. Probably has to go c3, and we get some boring endgame. What's not to like? Oh, bishop e5. Missed that one, of course. But is it any good? Let's keep fueling the flames. So do you make your lists, or did you watch all the shows making lists about the best movies, the best TV shows, the best music, all the things that you're grateful for in 2017? I haven't really gone over stuff. I guess it's too late now, isn't it? So I could go bishop f2, pawn grabbery. Everybody cool, this is a grabbery, but I don't like it. It feels too passive. So I'll just put my pieces on random squares. Time is ticking away. Gotta make your moves day by day. I have not yet been called the Songbird of the Year 2018, but I have a feeling it can only be a matter of time, and I haven't been called that title yet because the year is still young. Do you get called a title? My English is also deteriorating at the same rate as my chess skills, which is very slowly, because I'm pretty much the same boring meh level for a long, long time now. Bishop c6, bad move. Drama. I feel I can outcalculate 33 GMs. Not at the same time, but you know, one at a time. Here, for example, there might be better moves than rook e5, but rook e5 is a nice clean solution to a winning position. That is the correct term. Resign 33 gems. You shall not pass. My technique is still horrible. But the two bishops are so much superior to a measly rook here. Look how they cover all the entry squares. But this should be reasonably easy. I might blunder some rook d1, rook d5. You never know what blunders I could be capable of. But generally speaking, as Mr. Svidler likes to say, this is game overville, Tennessee. I'm also intrigued when people play slowly the whole game. Then they really start speeding up when they're facing Flagsville. Normally it doesn't work like that. You gotta be flaggy or not. By which what I'm trying to say is you have to play quickly the whole game. Because if you speed up when you're down to 10 seconds, it's often too late. Thanks for the game, 33 GMs. And as the commutator points out, it's okay, 33 GMs. 34 GMs, no, 33 GMs sounds cooler than 34 GMs anyway. I could not agree more. Why is everybody so strong? Let me get a proper patzer in here. Some offense to whoever I play next. What about our boy Ice-T? Probably not the beloved rapper, body count member, but instead named after the beverage. At least that's what his profile picture does lead me to believe. The good old Caro can. Caro can wait. G4, nowadays the theoretical debates are mainly around G4, Bishop E4, F3, Bishop G6, E6. Because Bishop D7, I think these strong players, I believe, it concedes too much time or space or whatnot. But it's an easier way to hole up here. E6, Queen B6, C5. Might not be objectively the best way to play, though. I have to admit. And now that I called Ice-T a patzer, before even selecting him as an opponent, of course he will be extremely motivated to do bad things to me. And who can blame him? I'm freestyling here. All of this doesn't feel very sound. I didn't manage to get in C5, so my whole position is just a pointless mess. Here, maybe? What are we talking about? Are we naming movies to describe our chess style? I'm reading Dumb and Dumber, Rain Man. Gone in 60 Seconds. That's a smart choice by Kishan Patney. I mainly play Bullet as well. Probably Gone in 60 Seconds is fairly accurate. I haven't seen that movie. Is it any good? Probably not, right? Rook B1 doesn't look any good because it's hanging this pawn. Gimme! C5 was sort of a bluff / pawn sacrifice. He could take here and then take here, but I thought I might get compensation. Well, now after Bishop A4, all of a sudden, the game might be over already. What a comeback by Mr. Bishop. I'm very comfortable with this sweater because I don't have to wear a scarf when I have the sweater. So it's a 2-in-1 thing. And generally I don't believe in 2-in-1 combinations. Like, I don't think a sleeping couch is a good thing. You should have a couch and you should have a bed. You should have a sleeping couch. But in this case, I'll make an exception. You can check me, but I'm a piece up. And allowing one check for a piece is a good deal. I did read The Art of the Deal many, many times, so I should know such things. Slightly worried that these aggressive bishops will cause me more trouble here. Bishop a7, rook c8, bishop b7, bishop b6. And very resourceful by Ice-T. But I'm still winning, even if I were to part ways with a little material here. With a very heavy heart. Well, this might be the sensible thing to do. I'm still winning. Pre-move. Is this a risky pre-move? Sort of a dumb pre-move. Just to remind him, he has a pawn on g4. Not really connected to the rest of his enterprise there. What else can I report? I must have done something during my Christmas break. I ate a lot. I watched a bunch of movies. Oh, I watched Zootopia the other day for the first time, and it's excellent. Who knew? I'm normally not watching that many of these Pixar Disney movies. Now that I think about it, I've probably seen all of them, but I don't make it a priority to watch them. But I was very pleasantly surprised by Zootopia, which I thought was excellent. So there's that. Is that it? I watched a bunch of TV. I watched what's called the Manhunt Unabomber, which I thought was excellent. What an acting job by Paul Bettany as the Unabomber. I enjoyed it greatly. I could relate quite strongly to the Unabomber, which I don't know if that's a good thing. Probably it's slight cause for concern, but they also filmed it in a way that maybe that was just my read of it, but that he did not come across as a one-dimensional villain. But instead, yeah, it was a bit David Fincher-esque, like, yeah, it's about obsession, both on the side of the cop or the FBI agent and the Unabomber. Was it? I could have taken on f1, but knight d3 check and knight b2 looks pretty good as well, or knight d3, rook h3. Let's continue TV show reviews, the one topic I feel comfortable talking about. I also watched Godless. Too long. Has its moments, mainly the finale and whenever Jeff Daniels is on screen, but it's too long. It felt, or I think I read somewhere, it was meant as a feature film and then they stretched it into a series. And you can tell that it was a bit stretched out. So, alright, but you didn't need 7 hours, Godless. 2.5 would have been fine. Still, the finale is excellent. And the commutator says, I saw Dark, but despite Jan's anti-recommendation, and really liked it. But that's because you're Danish. You excel at these gloomy dramas. And I felt like that was just a German show trying to be more of a Scandi show. I don't know, maybe I was reading too much into it. I was not a fan of Dark, but It is very clever and blah, blah, blah. Didn't like it. Calilif is asking Cal Pilkington's An Idiot Abroad. Wow, idiot gets censored by our chat? Impressive. I watched an episode or two of An Idiot Abroad. Was not a big fan. Is that all my TV intake? I'm sure I watched more. I watched too much TV. Nothing I can think of though. This might have been it. Let us play against Alberto Muniz. If he's with us. The commutator says they even had characters with Danish names. That's true. I forgot what they were called, but they had some Scandi names in there in dark. It was well made, but yeah, I thought, someone laughed just once for 1 second in one of these episodes. Like, Germans are considered humorless enough as it is already. P. Marie-Louise Just is asking, have you watched Black Mirror, Jan? I haven't watched every episode. I've watched... Someone I've Googled like what are the good Black Mirror episodes and all that. And I've watched probably the top 10 or whatever came up. I enjoyed San Junipero, which I think is not very typically Black Mirror. It's a very positive message. But I haven't seen the 4th season or whatever the new season is yet. So I'll probably do some Googling again and try to watch some of the episodes. Because I like to treat them as individual movies. And as those, they're normally very good. But some are not. Maybe they all are. I don't think I've seen a weak Black Mirror episode. Not an expert. The commutator is saying there was one bit of humor, the clothes with the made in China tag, but no one laughed. Yeah, I recall that. And there was also the moment where they say no DeLorean. I didn't think that was funny either. What can you do? Kaito Kid. Let's see what Kaito Kid has up his sleeve. 1477, which means I should probably crush him. Did my clock just run even though it was his move? Or am I hallucinating? I'll keep a close eye on it. Alberto Mori says his toddler was calling. That is the one apology I can probably accept. Them toddlers, they never know when you're up to something highly important like playing Banter Blitz, do they? I just had to figure out how to do this, but I had to download a program that locks the keyboard for my laptop. Because not a good idea to leave my daughter anywhere near the keyboard. And it's like... This might say more about me than about my daughter. But... it's like a powerful drugs, all these screens, aren't they? Like iPhones, iPads, computers, TVs. I don't have a point here. Just making big observations. Like, when I was a kid, we didn't have smartphones, believe it or not. We didn't even have notebooks. Well, we had notebooks, but not computers. But now, they're everywhere. And I'm not sure if they're good or bad. Or both. Probably I should have given this some thought. I really haven't. But every little kid I've been around, every toddler, they are really into them smartphones. End of point. Queen d3, g6. By the way, this line, I've played this line in many games because too many people play bishop d6 here. if you stumble into this position, you should really go for dc4 followed by b5 the mirror, because after bishop d6, e4, white is just better. There's some theory here connected to castles, h6, e5 and all that. But these positions, they're not much fun to play with black. So, kite to kit, try to avoid them next time around. Turbo X might be trolling. After we talked about the new Netflix series Dark for like the better of the last 5 minutes, he's saying, Jan, I have heard that the new Netflix series called Dark is good. Yeah, I didn't like it. But most people do like it. So don't just take my word for it. What I would like is to take kite to kit's f7 pawn. Queen f3, boom! But it might not happen. It's already a tough position to play though. As I said, this opening. Not recommended. Goes knight h5, which under the circumstances is probably a good choice. And I was already kind of wondering what to do after knight h5, because if I go queen f3 here, he can just take on g5, covering f7, so that would not be ideal. For I guess I should take and then argue. The knight on h5 is misplaced, but still, decent defense there, spotted by kite to kit. Ice-T is asking, how was your trip to Norway? My trip to Norway was very enjoyable, thank you very much. A lot of food, a lot of snow, a lot of nature, a lot of TV watching. I had a good time. It's time to put some pressure on kite to kit. Maybe like this? I don't feel I'm doing this right. But now, yeah, especially after ED, the position is blasted open. Bad things will happen. Took kite. Knight g6. Attacking the queen, I guess he missed that. The rook is hitting the queen on e7 here. And yeah, now the last chance is to give the queen. Queen e1, rook e1, hg6. That's not great. Oh, and Alberto Muniz, just as we were making friends about the toddlers, he's saying, being a German, anywhere you go outside your country, food is great. I can understand. I don't know if I agree with that statement. I'm not gonna defend like German food culture, but we live in a pretty globalized world, don't we? Like, I don't even know what German food is. We have Italian, Greek, Vietnamese, Thai food all over the place, so I'm not sure. It's, yeah. I don't feel like it's a big problem to get access to good food in Germany. It might be a problem is if you want to insist on only eating the food that is typical for the country. But some offense to Norway. I also don't think Norway has their typical, or maybe they do actually. I'm not sure. Their signature dishes. The food I've been getting, but I've been staying at my, what's the word, in-laws, has been excellent. But I'm not sure if that's a Norwegian-German thing. I'm not sure I'm going to win this argument. I'm also not sure what my point is. My point is globalized society. You can eat all kinds of food in many places. Where's Alberto Muniz from? From Hong Kong. All right, you probably have very good food in Hong Kong. I can see that. Let's play against Harold van Heringen. Harold goes e4. 2700, I have to go e5. That's my rule. 2700, you gotta go e5. Even though sometimes I do boring stuff then. Oh, a3, very deep. What am I supposed to do against a3? You could play d5, of course. But I think I once decided that bishop e7 was also a decent move here. And bishop c4 I can take here, I guess, no? Sorry if I'm talking to myself. Well, this looks logical to me. Now after knight takes e4, I'll go d5. I should get a good version of whatever this is. So yeah, I don't think bishop c4 is a good move, Harold. I think after... because now I played a3, no, he played a3 and I played bishop e7, which should... Bishop e7 should be more useful than a3 here, is my point. And the line is not great to begin with, is my other point. Of course, if I had to go bishop d6 here, that would sort of undermine both of my points. But I'll try to do better than that. What can I do? Bishop g4? Will you really go h3, g4, Harold? Let's see. Bishop h7 doesn't work here. That's always important to check. King h7, knight g5, bishop g5, queen g4. And I did take more of his pieces than he took of mine. What are we discussing? Still German cuisine? Yeah, as I said, I'm not gonna defend that. I'm not a big fan of whatever you think is German cuisine. Bratwurst, Sauerkraut, all that stuff. I don't think I've ever eaten sauerkraut in my life. Or probably I have. Don't think I like it. So let's calculate. f5, bishop takes c6, bc, queen b3 check. King h8, knight takes e5. Not good. So maybe start with king h8? Is that good? I don't know, feels a bit artificial. Then again, they say artificial intelligence is a big thing. So, what's wrong with that? Nah, Harold, the time has come for some aggression. You can have that pawn. Should take here first or go bishop d6 directly? Nah, I think I should take first. Here we go, yo. Let's checkmate. Checkmate? Checkmate, Mr. Harold. There Will Be Blood was an excellent movie. In the year, I believe 2008, 2007. Which year was that? Where they had No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood. Paul Thomas Anderson. The Coen Brothers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See how excited I get when I can maybe win a chess game? Check. And now, let's bring the rook. Bring the rookus. And Harold resigns. Yeah, that did not go well. Sorry, Harold. And Chess with ADHD is saying, yeah, my marriage sucks because we're going to die one day. I might not have gotten the context on that. Are you guys discussing if marriages last? What's the topic? Sounds like Chess with ADHD is very happy with her marriage, so let's not... I'm sorry, I'm trying to read up, trying to get the context. Don't get it, but congrats on your marriage, chess with ADHD. I believe that is the conclusion. Smeshak says, Frohes neue Jahr, Jan. Happy New Year, Jan. Thanks for being multilingual. Even though the German, could usually work, but Happy New Year to you as well. See, that's why I'm a bad person. Like, someone makes an effort to speak my native language, and I'm saying, your grammar, little off. Frohes, not Frohes. Let's play against Tetnor. Maybe one of my New Year's resolutions should be feeding cat to the bishop more. It's a long diagonal. Bishops like diagonals. Don't always put it on d3. Long diagonal, baby. The problem is it gets blocked by these pawns, doesn't it? What do you do here? Do you like King Cindy and attack it up? d3. I don't even know how to play this. This looks normal. '85, wow. Is this how people do it? Queen e1 looks very artificial. Here we go. Artificial is good. Not sure how to arrange my pieces here. I'll just try to make something happen. But maybe there's nothing happening. Bishop goes to e7, queen to c7. Nah. Black is alright, or black is solid at least. Then another question is, should I blunder knight takes e4 or should I not? I guess the answer is I should not. That means I really have to start going for very little here. Like, I still have the two bishops, but black has the correct pieces. My bishop on f3 is not really doing all that much. So this is as tiny an advantage as you can have. But I will have to make do, if that's English. Was it Kramnik that said, whenever you can go g3, king g2, just do it. It always improves your position. It wasn't him that said it. He should have said it, because it's true. So, how can I find inroads into your very compact position here? I have a feeling I should first cover this pawn so I can get the bishop on a more active square, like c4 maybe. And set up this e4, f3 formation against the knight on f6. Oh yeah, black is very, very solid. Probably h4 is also a good move to play, just so I don't forget about bishop g5 in the near or distant future. For now, f3 to cover the g4 square. Knight goes to e8. Let us pretend to have some cruel intentions. Attacking e5 and a5. Oh, gimme! Now we're talking. G5. Tatnor is trying to create counterplay on the king side. Not sure about H5, but why not? Keep it closed. And the good thing about now being a pawn up is I can probably offer the exchange of queens at will. And he should not do it, because he would lose the endgame. Now yeah, this position is pretty bad for black now. As it should be. If you plunder a pawn, you must pay the price. The good news is my technique still I'll wait for f5, which will come. Then go bishop c3. See? I know my Tatnor. So the last part of the journey will be not to stumble into any perpetual checks, starting with queen c2. Therefore, this check looked sensible. But it ain't over till it's over, is it? G4 looked good to avoid him going G4, and also after queen f4 I could go queen b7 followed by queen takes c6. So the queen has to find a different way. Now once again I can try to cover all the relevant squares with my own queen. Ooh, queen c3 might have been bad. Maybe I should have thought about this for more time. I believe longer is what some people would wrongly call this. But of course, more time is correct. Check. After long, tough calculations, I plundered my pawn in one move. I was very good at calculating queen d2 check, queen f2, queen d5, king h2, queen d6 and so on. But queen takes a7 did not cross my mind. Queen e3 helps my task. But shout out to Tatnor, who put up a hell of a fight. Thanks for the game, Mr. Tatnor. William Tatnor? No. Another one? Another game to play? What about sacrificial 64? Oh, maybe 64 because the chessboard has 64 squares? That's very original sacrificial. So far, no sacrifices on either side. You know what? I don't feel like playing CD. Or should I? Maybe I should. Didn't feel like it. Still did it. Story of my life. You must trust your instincts, Jan. How is this? Oh, they go knight h5 and annoying stuff. Yeah, that's why I shouldn't feel like it. Because, it's so tedious, these positions. Yeah, I already feel like going home. Sorry if I'm overdoing the ughs. Bored. What should I talk about? Black is probably going to castle queenside, so the stereotypical plan is to try to mount an attack on the queenside, like blah, 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 blah. I don't know what to do here. Black always seems very solid to me. But, of course, I shall try. And if at first I don't succeed, I'm gonna put one foot on the table and try again. Dust myself off and try again. Sacrificial thinking. If I go c5, he's gonna go queen a3 and I'll be pinned. I don't want to be pinned. Maybe I should go queen g5. Queen f6, also typical resource in such positions, reminding me that I have weaknesses myself. Bishop c8, very tight. What do I do? Rook c1, once again I have to keep an eye on this counterplay of queen h4 and whatnot. Then again, it doesn't really look like that should work, does it? Because here, queen h4, rook a3, a6, bishop a6, something bad's gonna happen to him. So he goes for knight g7, intending to, I guess, exchange something with bishop f5, but I'll go king a1. Bishop f5, I have rook a3, a6, bishop a6 should do damage. So now that the preparation is over, it's time to actually make some active move, like rook a3 next. Or I could Dvoretsky it up and go for some minority attack with b4, b5, but that feels a bit too subtle. Let's start probing a little bit. Now bishop a6 is obviously a threat. Therefore, I'm guessing it's going to go king a7 or king a8. Then I'm going to think if I can take on a6 or if I should go queen a5 or, yeah, you know. If I can make something happen. It looks dangerous for black now. Me being the slow dull player I am, I'd like to not sacrifice anything but go queen a5, knight c3, knight a4, b5. Born out of desperation. But is this what Petrosian did in this famous game against Kasparov, where it looked like he was lost? Then he somehow defended with some antics like that. So if I go rook takes c6, here's bishop to b7, right? It's still tempting to sacrifice my queen and all kinds of nonsense. Probably overdoing it. Therefore, nah, no sacrifices. Sorry, my dear boy. I don't mean you, sacrificial 64. I know who I mean. Queen c7. Takes, rook c3. Nah. Not gonna be able to do it. So where do my pieces have to go? I'm annoyed that I can't figure this out. My knight needs to be better. c3, a4. Also h2 is hanging, which should not be a major concern, but it's something to be considered. Who knows? Queen b4 feels wrong as well. This b5 threw me off guard. Threw me off guard? Something can't throw you off guard, can catch you off guard. But to throw you off guard sounds nonsensical. So sacrificial 64 is weighing the pros and cons of queen takes h2. And I don't really want to think about this constantly, so I'll go h3. Still need to find the good square for my knight. He's really aggressively expanding on the queen side, which might not be bad, but still surprising. Maybe no one's told him or her that his or her king is there. So where do I put my queen? Here, I guess. A4 will also come. But one day I shall open the position on the queen side. And who's gonna laugh then? Maybe no one. A4, rook b5, does this win? CB, rook c7, king c7, queen a5. Looks kind of winning. First, take all the pawns. Then, think. But not too long, since we also want to flank him. But no, this is just winning. The queen is too strong here, especially combined with the knight. Let's make sure there's no back rank issues in the near or distant future. Now... let us get the job done. Has to be done so that we can have fun. I'm so bad at these finishing touches. All I can do is take more pawns when really it was checkmate in half competent hands here. Easily. But I'll stay on brand. Take all the material. Thanks for the game. Sacrificial 64. Yeah, I'm not sure where this went wrong. I thought knight g7 at least. This might already be trouble, but you should try to bring the knight to e4 here. Knight g7 probably there was no time for. Anyway, thanks for the game. Sacrificial 64. What time is it? Have we got time for 2 more games? Let me find someone I've never played against. That is always the excitement to play some strange. Niels EP. Niels EP, are you there? Is that a cartoon of yourself? I think people can't see it. And it looks like Niels EP is not here. Probably working on his LP instead. Then let's play against Ishwan Singh. Sorry if I got that name wrong. Let's see what he's up to. He's up to 1d4. I played the move 1d4 in the majority of my tournament games. Like nowadays I play a lot of 1 knight of 3, but I still think it's probably like a 3-to-1 d4 knight of 3 ratio at least. So I'm not against it. Bishop g5 is often played to avoid the Vienna or lines like that. But if you go bishop b4 check, we're back. Back on track with our Vienna repertoire, which is an older video series that I did on a black repertoire for the Vienna, which is this very sharp lines where both sides have to know some theory and things can get quite tricky quite fast. Knight b5. This is another not very popular line, but a line we looked at back in the day. I once had this in a tournament game against who was it? Zoltan Gimeshi maybe? Ishwan Singh, very booked up here. So am I, fortunately, but still very booked up with this queen d4. Castles and a6 is the sequence you have to find here, which is not easy if you have never seen this before. But as I said, I'm very booked up So, where have my book smarts led me? To this endgame? Looks like I'm slightly worse. What's all the studying if you get a slightly worse endgame? Maybe it's not slightly worse. I don't know. Interesting stuff. All I know about Queen d4 is... Well, all I can recall, I'm sure I've given more in my series. Then you're supposed to go castles in a6 and you're fine. But maybe Eshwant is gonna make me have another look at that line, because he's certainly making some very sensible moves here. Rook d1, also annoying. Have to go rook f7, bishop e8, both look slightly clumsy. Both not high on my to-do list. I guess here. Bishop c4. I'm starting to get very confused here. Maybe not that confused. Castles or king e2? Castles. Big champion of chess. All right, let's... different challenge. Problem is rook d1. Should I go here first? Who knows? Also, will I be able to flag? Ah, no. Ugh. I won't be able to flag, I guess. Uh-oh. Then h6 was wrong. Outsmarting myself. Yet again. Can I take the pawn? No, rook d1. Let's see, 3. Who knows? We'll find out. Rook b1, of course. Is this fun for you, Eshwant thing? What do you think? Seriously. It's always very confusing. Yeah. Let's play another game. What about Prinzip? Prinzip going for the good old Rulopeth. Queen e2. Someone just played this against me. It's a line I never really looked at much. I guess if my bishop is not committed to e7 yet, it makes sense to put it on c5 here to make it slightly harder for white to go c3, d4. Rook d1. Looks like Princip is aware of what to do here. Does this make sense? I'm just fighting against d4. The story with bishop g4 is often that after h3, or against these slower setups with d3, you either have to give up the bishop, which is not ideal, or you have to slightly misplace it on h5, where it can get hit by knight b2, knight f1, knight g3, which is also not ideal. But it did serve the purpose of slowing down d4 here, which I thought made sense. Fred the dog is saying, great site. Thanks, Fred the dog. I'm guessing you mean. I don't know what you mean. Maybe he means RottenTomatoes.com, which I agree with. Or ESPN.com. Even though I'm not sure. But if you're new to chess24.com and you're enjoying it, welcome. Knight f1. Thing is, I want to play queen f6, but bishop d5 is a bit of a nuisance, which I guess I'll allow anyway, and then maybe give the exchange if I dare to with knight e7, even though it doesn't feel like enough compensation, to be frank. This is the thing, you should always keep an eye out. These bishop d5 pins can be very unpleasant in such positions. I knew that, but still didn't do anything about it. He does go bishop d5. And yeah, giving the exchange wasn't really enough. So, time to retreat. a4. That should be good news, because now I can unpin, move my rook out of the way, and what I'm dreaming of doing is going knight e7, then knight g6, and put something on f4. Even if I don't accomplish all these things, it feels like a4 was a little too slow. Not sure what he should have done. Now it feels like I'm sort of back on track. He goes knight g3. Yeah. Sort of forcing my hand there, but knight f4. Can't be bad. Or can be a bad move, but it's part of the plan. Still, dreaming of getting in knight e7. Having this knight end up on f4. That's a long way. I'm guessing white should try to mix it by playing d4, h3. Often very dangerous to go for this because of queen takes g3. So I have to think about it for a second, because queen takes g3, d4. It ain't over yet, even though I can probably win a pawn. Queen g3, d4. And queen back to f4. But I feel like if I'm a little patient... Oh! Oh boy. If I'm a little patient, I can blunder my own queen instead of taking the piece on g3. Oh boy. That's so sad. He didn't do it though. What I was laughing about is knight h5, which is also a typical idea with the queen on f4. Was asking some tough questions, and I would have had to go knight takes d5. I actually have some compensation, but it wasn't part of the plan. So, bullet dodged. And I guess I should take this as a sign that it's time to take here finally. I don't wanna though. I don't wanna take. Sad. It's not that great, because now he can still go d4. And after queen f4, d takes c5, this is actually a better version. Then the other one, because I can't recapture on c5. So what I want to do is go here, dc, bishop h3. But it all feels... all feels meh. Tactics. Look at the board vision. I'm not sure this is a game to brag about my board vision. But I did spot that I could go queen b6, take the rook, and then maybe go c4 check and take this guy. I think maybe I should work on my posture. Is that the word? Posture? Posture? For the year 2018. Try to sit up straight. Which I don't like doing. Who likes to sit like this? Does anybody sit like this? It's hard to believe. And Grandmaster Sandro Mareko is with us. Probably the first time he's watching the show because I stopped wearing suits. And he's saying, nice hoodie, Jan. Tactics. Thanks, Sandro. And I agree. I'm mainly to disguise the enormous weight gain over Christmas and New Year. Because New Year we also ate we ate very well, let's say. Like crazy people. I'm going to wear this hoodie for every episode of 2018. And probably 2019. Because let's face it. That weight is not going anywhere. Thanks, Sandro. And I'm gonna start blocking some people from the chat again, because I was in a decent mood starting the year. And then all this negativity, it always makes me sad, because I like to hear from you guys. But it's sort of sad if it's weighing me down already. Who shall we play next? What time is it? Yeah, let's play one last game. What about Joao S? Joao S? Where's Joao S from? From the United Kingdom. I would have guessed Portugal. Because of the Joao part. But... it's Joao. He plays the... What do you call this? The Scottish Gambit? Scotch Gambit? I normally recommend, for repertoire purposes, to go bishop c5. And after c3 go for this. Transposing back into... For example, our repertoire against the Italian, which is another video series that I published recently. And this is a fairly topical line, which I spent some time on, can't remember a single thing about, obviously. But I did realize that it was quite tricky to play with black. So let's see what choice. But I believe the trickier lines were not based on short castles. But knight c3, bishop e3, like Svidler played against Wesley So. And then there was also a game Naidic against Kramnik. There were some games. This line is very, very complicated strategically. But here I have a feeling after this early f6 takes, queen takes, I should be in good shape already. Bishop a3 is looming, knight d4 is there. After bishop c6, bc, my bishop can come to a6, that's c5. And there's still the bishop a3 option. So it feels like something's gone wrong for JOS. And yeah, I believe that's why they start with knight c3 and bishop e3, to keep some more pressure on the d5 pawn. Yeah, this feels like it's gone quite wrong already for Joao. Oh, and Shacho is with us. He's saying positivity incoming. Hello, Shacho. Happy New Year. He's saying we're sweater buddies today. It is an excellent sweater. Full disclosure, I went shopping for my, I don't know what the term is, my brother-in-law. I wanted to get him a sweater. But then I found this one and I thought, no, it's not going to fit the guy. But it's excellent for me. So I bought one for myself. I bought him one eventually too. Kushups are saying, why this Banter Blitz was not announced? 3 question marks. Yeah, my apologies. I just got back to the office after the long holidays. And I thought, let's do a Banter Blitz. But my apologies, it wasn't announced because I literally decided on it like a minute ago. Or not a minute ago. I did announce it 2 hours ago. So I'm very sorry, Kushupser, that you missed a lot of the show. And you might, or you could, you don't have to, watch it non-live afterwards, because it's there. Forever. Isn't that the beauty of the internet? That whatever nonsense you say at any given day will be there for good. The good news is there's so much nonsense that no one's watching anything anymore. Or the bad news, depending from your point of view. But yeah, I'm very sorry about the non-announcement. I'll put it on my list of New Year's resolution. Announce more stuff. Because people can get very upset about something they did not know was going to be there a minute ago. But if I had not done a Banter Blitz, no complaints. But I do one without announcing. Why don't you announce it? I understand. Bishop e3. Let's pin him. Galactic is asking, isn't it a holiday today still? I don't think it is, or is it? Maybe in Switzerland. But yeah, I think normal life sort of restarts next week, right? A lot of people are still taking this week off, and then on the 7th or whatever next Monday is, then offices will be populated again. But I don't think it's a bank holiday or whatever you want to call it in the Germanys. How do I wrap this game up? And with this game, this show. Taking on f3 twice would be selling low, even for me. So I should find a way to prepare taking here without allowing him to unpin advantageously. Tough word. Could go queen g6, then knight e5 I can just take, so he would have to try knight h4, queen h5. Yeah, there's enough pieces hanging in there, so that seems to work. Chacho is asking, is this a bishop h3 themed banter? Is it? Like, I have zero memory. But, oh yeah, in the last game or whenever I also went bishop h3. I don't know. Whenever people give me that pawn, I'll take it. A lot of love for the sweater. I should really stop wearing them suits, huh? Vulture is asking, can you share where the sweater is from? What brand? I guess I can, right? It's not a plaque, because no one's sponsoring this show for all these years, but it's Nakitano, is that it? I think it's called Nakitano, the brand. Guessing it's Japanese. Sounds Japanese. Queen c2, good move, which I missed. So I don't win on the spot. That'd be very upsetting. Extremely upsetting. Now I'm sad because I'm not winning instantly. I had already made my mental victory lap. Now I have to restart again. That's unfortunate. Good move, Queen c2. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Did not see that. And now I'm very upset. Does it rhyme? Not really, does it? Kishan Patney says, my New Year's resolution was no swearing. Nah, not gonna be able to do it. This was my devious plan, apart from the usual devious plan to win on time. But now I'm also material upright. Material upright citizen. Thanks for the game, Joao S. Yeah, we're discussing this position where I was weighing my options. Yeah, rook e4, knight e5. I didn't really see a follow-up. I mean, even queen h5 without the h-pawn. Any sort of long-term attack should probably win here. But if he gets his knight to e5, it feels like with my bishop sort of out of play, making life a little tougher than it has to be. So this at least felt like it kept the momentum. I'm not sure if it's best. Who knows these things? And to continue our discussion of this game, Galactic is asking queen g5 instead of knight h4, but then bishop f3 wins a piece at least, right? Takes, rook g6, whatever. Looked decent enough. So that is it with... sorry. With today's show, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being back in the new year. I'm gonna be my usual miserable self, but I'm very motivated for this new year. I wasn't that happy with the output in 2017, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Big chess here with all the big events upcoming. I'm not sure what we'll be doing, in what capacity, and with whom, and all that stuff, but I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys have a great year as well. Thank you so much for watching this show. See you on the next one, which is scheduled already for Thursday. I forgot the time. 4 p.m. my time, whatever time that is. GMT +1. I don't know stuff. You'll figure it out, hopefully. See you guys there. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.